This video is divided into two parts. In the first part, you'll get started quickly and go through logging into Socrates, creating a new argument and opening an existing argument. Then we'll cover some more details related to navigation, adding new nodes, and editing existing nodes. Once you open Socrates in your web browser, you'll be presented with a login page. Type your username and password in their respective fields and press Login to continue. If you've forgotten your password, you can contact us at socrates@cslabs.com and we can help. When you log in, you'll be presented with a list of arguments. Right now, there are no arguments in the tool, so we need to make a new one. You have two options. You can either make a new argument or you can import an existing one. This time, let's create a new argument from scratch. Click New Argument. You'll be presented with a form with few options to pick. Let's start by giving our new argument a name. Then you need to pick the type of argument. You can choose from goal structuring notation or eliminative argumentation. Let's start with GSN. Finally, you need to pick the visibility for the argument. There are two choices. Private arguments are accessible only to you, the creator, and any users to grant access to. Public arguments are accessible to anybody who can log in to this instance of Socrates. You can change this later, so let's just stick with private for now. Press Create. You can now see that the argument is created. Click on it and press Edit to open it up. When you log in, you might see a list of arguments already available in Socrates. Here we have my first argument, which I just created, and a demo argument that I have imported. You can click on the demo argument and hit Edit. This is an argument for an adaptive cruise control system that we have created. It has over 300 nodes in it. If you have access to this argument, you can explore for yourself. The argument is available at safetycasepro.com/examples/ACC. Now that you've created an argument, you can add nodes to it. Right-click on the parent or root node of the current tree and press Add Child. You can see that a new node is added under the parent you've selected. You can continue to add more nodes if you'd like. I'll add a few more. Then, if you want to change the type of the node, you can select it and open the drawer on the right-hand side. There are quite a few options here. You can change the type by choosing the type of drop-down menu. Click on it and select a different type. I'll pick Strategy. I'm going to add some more nodes under our new strategy node. You can see that there is this extra button that allows you to hide and show the additional nodes that I have added. This can be useful if your argument is quite large and you want to show only a small number of nodes at any time. I'll leave them open for now. Sometimes, you want to move a node from one parent to another. You can do this using the Cut and Paste function. Click on the node you'd like to move, right-click, and press Cut Nodes. You can see that the border has changed to a dashed line. This means the node is ready to be pasted. Click on the node you'd like to paste under, right-click, and press Paste Nodes. Sometimes, rather than cutting and pasting a node, we'd like to copy and paste it. In this case, we are copying and pasting the reference to G8. Right-click on G8 and press Copy Node. Then, paste it underneath the new parent. You can see that G8 now has two parents, G4 and G5. You can also see that G8 now has a little green link icon. Clicking on this reveals the list of parents for G8. If you'd like to remove a reference between a parent and a child, you can click on the arrow, right-click, and press Remove Link. Now, G8 is no longer a child of G4. we should talk about these little red icons that appear on some of the nodes in our argument. Socrates has a built-in status analysis function that checks on your argument as you make changes. Errors detected by this function are shown as red icons on the corresponding node. You can click on this icon to see more information about the error. In this case, Socrates is telling us that goal 8 should be supported by further documentation or have an undeveloped node underneath it. Let's add an undeveloped node to show it. We're going to come back later to change this. Add the new node and use the type dropdown to change it to undeveloped. You can see now that G8 no longer has any problems or errors associated with it. Often, arguments become large and difficult to manage if left as a single tree. Socrates has a subtree function that lets you divide up the argument into small, more manageable pieces. Let's make a more complicated argument by adding children under G4. Suppose we'd like to make G4 a subtree root so we can hide its children more easily. Click on G4, open the drawer on the right-hand side and select tree root. You can see that G4 is now shaded. This means it is a subtree root. You can hide all the nodes under G4 by clicking the hide icon. You can navigate into the G4 subtree by clicking on the arrow that appears when you hover over the node. Now we're in the G4 subtree. You can jump back up by either using the breadcrumb to take you to the top level or using the up arrow that appears next to the G4. Clicking this brings me back to the original top-level tree. To learn more about Socrates, email us at socrates@cslabs.com or check out our website at criticalsystemslabs.com/Socrates.